Okay, so ma'am, I want you to pay close attention because our next speaker was sitting, not in the literal spot that you were, but she came to this a year ago, didn't know anything about this. She's El Salvadorian, and she's going to tell you her journey on going from sitting there like, I don't know what this crazy crypto, these people sound nuts, to now I'm on stage explaining how awesome it is. Big round of applause to Reyna Chicas, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Well, that was funny because I thought I was going to say thank you just to him. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I didn't think I was going to get emotional. So my name is Reyna Chicas. I'm a Salvadorian, born and raised. And last year, I came here at Adopting Bitcoin, honestly, just out of curiosity. I have my paper just in case I forget. And I was sitting over there, which is funny because my parents are there now. And I just came because I wanted to see, I was like, is people actually paying 2,000 flights and then tickets to go here? I thought I was going to maybe meet some Salvadorians that were more interested in Bitcoin. So, and I came here and I found quite literally a different world out here. One of the things that I love the most with the people that I get to work with every day is that we're always looking forward to help others, which I think is also the case of this room. But by helping others, you know, I work with MPB El Bitcoin now, and we're always trying to improve our data collecting processes just to be able to measure this, like to see, okay, are we actually doing any impact? How do we know? So I'm just going to tell you a little bit of my personal story and how now in such a short time of, you know, just less than 12 months, I'm here speaking to you guys. And so it all started when I came, and because I knew the guys at MPB El Bitcoin, Adopting Bitcoin did a little bit of switch on my mind, and I started to volunteer a little bit more involved and often in the education and doing, you know, verifications, and just as a volunteer as much as I could. And then, just long story short, in March, we got the call from the Lago Bitcoin project that they were looking for a teacher to be able to go and teach our Bitcoin diploma program to Guatemala and live there for 10 weeks, which in the end it turned out to be 5 months. But I was living at the lake, so I wasn't complaining. And at the same time, I got to work with more dreamers like Eliezer, who I'm sure is around. He's the community leader at Lago Bitcoin, and he always just wants the better for his community as well. And what we did in Lago Bitcoin, especially working with a predominant Mayan community, was just the experience of my life. Now, when I was living there, I also got invited to be a guest on a podcast. I'm sure that for you, like a lot of you, that's pretty normal, but I've never been a guest on a podcast before, and it was really cool. And so this, in that interview, I would share the stories of people, how they're using like their fiat work, you know, skills and experience, and apply it now into a Bitcoin job work. And it's awesome how many people say, oh my God, I envy you, like, what do you do? And sometimes I feel like we take it for granted. When I was, as I was packing also to just come back to El Salvador in September, we got an invitation with the organization to speak of MPB Bitcoin and the mining summit in Hong Kong. And that was like, the team also selected me to go because I was just ready to come, and then I was not gonna do anything more. And then, so I went. And I've only taken 2 flights in my life. The first one was because I wanted to I wanted to get on a plane, but the flights are expensive. And so what we did is with my sister, we went to Costa Rica on vacations just so we could do it. And that was more than 5 years ago. And then the second time was with this invitation to Hong Kong, to literally the other side of the world, and it was so long. And just to talk about what a non-profit, Bitcoin-only education is doing here. And people will see our flags, like the flags on our t-shirts, and they will ask us, oh, are you from El Salvador? And we're like, yeah, because it was such a diverse environment. Like, it was just mind-blowing to me as well, to be able, they paid for everything, and we stayed at a 5-star hotel, everything included. It was amazing. But, and we have a former Miss El Salvador here, so I'm sure that she can say it better than me, but it's a very proud moment, not to just represent our organization, but El Salvador that way. I'm sure you all know our history, so to be able to say and invite every little person, like everybody that wants to come, we say it with pride and we say it with confidence that they'll come and they're gonna love it. Because I'm sure for all of you, a lot of you probably it's the first time, some is the second time, and I'm so, so happy when everybody, I was talking with a guy yesterday from Spain and I told him, oh my God, I loved Madrid, blah, blah, and he was like, I'm moving to El Salvador next year. Like I'm not even like, so it was like, really? Yeah, I'm sure. And I think it's just no better place to be right now, I'm sure about it. So after coming back from adopting, not from Hong Kong, then later this year I also joined as a secretary of the board of directors at MPB Bitcoin. That was, let's say, a turning point for me, honestly. I think sometimes you know when you've done well and you've learned skills and you know what you do, but at the same time, I think sometimes I will still think that nothing that I've done in the past will be really useful to contribute with the organization, especially at such a significant role. So I was honored and humbled that the team saw that something in me that maybe I still didn't see it. And I get to work with a high-performing team that fights and lives and thrives for this mission. Right now, I am the lucky to be here, and I'm here because you are here as well. I get to be here. But you feel free to ask our local staff, all of us, or teachers, or own families now, the people that is visiting and our guests from La Piraya in Berlin. We have Salvadorians now starting circular economies. And I mean, we all love Bitcoin Beach, but it's so amazing that in less than a year, it's just not them now. So I'm so amazed. I never thought that I will get to do something like this in my life with the knowledge. And I guess maybe you are like, is this a Bitcoin conference or it's just a spiritual retreat? But I think it's a little bit of both, because to me, what adopting Bitcoin did last year was enlightenment. Like it opened just this switch and I was like, how can you come and not see and not be inspired? Because of all of it that is happening. And I think if we take our talents now and we just take it to the next level, and we all have goals and objectives here, but whatever it is, if we focus on giving value and if we focus on always strive to get the best out of others, we are just gonna continue attracting all the positive things that are already happening here. All of us here have dreams and goals, whatever that is. I mean, your merch brand, mining, opening a new wallet, your app, everything, like whatever it is, if we focused on just doing with the best and the genuine heart that we are actually changing the world, we are just going to do it. Because imagine a world, and I think that we are creating that world right now, that we get to complete this as a collective. Because that means that you fulfilling your dreams is still going to bring and spread this awareness that we want, which is adoption of Bitcoin worldwide. So I think I actually got lost. I don't even know. I was so happy. I thought I was going to have, because I rehearsed and it was like 25 minutes and now it's left. So it's fine. As I was saying goodbye to the kids in Panajachel, I wanted to, like their kids, so I wanted to speak to their hearts and try to make them also dream big. I was like, it was funny, I felt such a grown-up. I was like, I'm here, I'm pretty normal. Let's say that I didn't raise, if we want to call it like a privileged life. My parents were here. This is also their first international conference like this one in our own country. At some point, they started to work also to help their own families at a very young age. But they worked hard to give me the best opportunities in life. That's why I also, thanks to them, I speak English. And I think now I get to do this just because you are also here. And maybe for them originally, best opportunities was to have a 9 to 5 stable job and just have a good salary, have a good retirement. But now we get to do more with our life. If we, all of us that are here, put this on our hearts and we just do it genuinely. I was reading one of my favorites, psychologists, she's brilliant. There is one of the largest studies on happiness that's actually dated back to 1938. It was done with a group of individuals. Some of them, they're actually even tracking their grandchildren. And they said that happiness is widely associated with what we do with our life. It is, I actually want to read this because it's very important to me. Happiness consists on having a fulfilled life where we try to make the most of our values and our abilities, and it's closest related to the meaning that we give to our existence. So I was reading, I was like, if this is half true, even if it's just half true, I believe that all of us here, that the ones that are going to interact, and our hallways, the others, and creating and doing what we love, might be the happiest people in the world right now. And I just hope that this serves you as an inspiration for the future. And thank you so much. There is just no more exciting place to be right now. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Reyna Chicas, ladies and gentlemen.